This entire home gym showed up in one crate, weighing 1,400 pounds. Inside was the landmark Everest all-in-one complete home gym. Power rack, Smith machine, pegboard, weight storage, functional trainer, and oh yeah, a real deal lat pull down and low row. But once I started building this, I noticed one thing that made me wonder if this was gonna be a garage gym upgrade or a 1,400 pound mistake. So today, I'm breaking down what Landmark Athletics got right, what surprised me, and the one thing you need to know before putting this monster in your home gym. The No Fade channel? Checking in. Jonathan here with the Landmark Athletics Everest. And if you're not familiar with the company, hey, Landmark Athletics didn't just pop up overnight. They've been in existence since 2007. Some of you weren't even born then. Their bread and butter has been commercial and professional facilities, but they have recently started to bring that commercial grade mindset to the home gym world. So what separates the Everest from the thousands of other all-in-one home gyms? And honestly, it's something you're really not gonna notice until you put this thing together and start training on it. The flow of your workouts, the smoothness of the pulleys, as well as all the extra attachments that they throw in. And it's those little design choices that make the Everest feel like it's not a compromise, but rather a complete home gym all in one spot. We are starting out with what is quickly becoming the standard when it comes to any type of cable machine, and that is pivot arms. And Everest has some fantastic ones. You can go narrow all the way in, and you can go all the way out. But you wanna go low, you can go low. You wanna go high, you can go high. It's almost an embarrassment of riches in terms of how many options you have. The pop pin is ultra responsive, and you also get a knurled handle on the outside, again with another responsive pop pin. And it's on rollers, so it's gonna move up and down buttery smooth. Now you do need to use two hands on this in order to move it this smoothly, but it's not ultra heavy. It's just one of those things. It's high quality, so you're gonna need two hands. Far be it from me to complain about anything, but if I'm being nitpicky, and that is the fact that there's almost too many options, left to right, top to bottom, I wish they had numbers on here so that I knew exactly which one I was locked into. Not so much when I'm doing one side, but when I've got both sides set up, I want to make sure that these are even, both left to right and top to bottom. Now on these pivot arms, you've got a 2-to-1 ratio, giving you a buttery smooth feeling when you utilize them. And they've got so much range that you can actually use them inside your rack. You can actually do a ton of different exercises, not on the outside, taking up even more space in your garage or your basement, but boom, right here on the inside of your rack. I mentioned at the beginning of today's video that they've got a real deal lat pull down and low row. And that's honestly one of the biggest surprises of this machine. Typically, when people go with the cable tower or with the functional trainer, they've got to make compromises when they do those exercises. Well, Everest has two pulleys at the top, so you could do one arm lat pull downs, and you can connect these in order to do a full 1-to-1 ratio stack lat pull down. Same goes for the low row. What's nice is that they used 4-inch pulleys, so even though there's a lot of travel on these pulleys, it still feels really smooth and really nice. Let's talk a little bit about the low row. On the first round of a lot of these all-in-one home gym machines, the low row was, quite frankly, too low, and you were literally like scraping the floor. Well, Landmark Athletics raised that up to a biomechanically perfect position so that you don't have to make compromises. You don't have to make it feel like it's unnatural. When you use the low row, it feels just right. And on top of that, they actually put a cutout on each side of that massive foot plate that they have so that you can roll your bench all the way in if you so choose. Each weight stack has 200 pounds per side in 11-pound increments. And if you want to make smaller jumps, they actually throw in these fractional plates for free. But if you're an absolute gorilla, a monster, and you want to go ultra heavy, they throw in these adapter pins, again, for free, that you can connect in order to load up even extra weight on each side. And if you're worried about the cable, yeah, they use like a 2,000-pound aircraft cable, so it's got plenty of room to handle your massive loads. If you made it this far in the video, you know what time it is. It's time to use the affiliate links in the description. Whether you're looking for the Landmark Everest or you're looking for any of the other pieces that they sell, we got it all down there. I'm telling you, there is home gym equipment, energy drinks, pre-workout, discounted toilet paper. But when you use those links, you let the bad guy know, because I'm gonna send you a small token of my appreciation. Do you like apples? Well, if this video gets 100 likes, I will do a $100 giveaway. How about them apples? The Smith machine on this thing is pretty darn serious. 58-pound bar, linear bearings, and it's got a massive range of motion. It can go all the way up to here, so you can just walk underneath it. For reference, I'm 6'1" right now, and it goes low. How low? Low, like 9 inches off the floor, so you can do deadlifts, you can do RDLs, you could even do hip thrusts with this thing. On top of that, it actually clips in on the outside of the rack, giving you a massive space in here to work. Now the pull-up bar on here sits at 90 inches. I'm 6'1", and I gotta get on my tippy toes in order to grab it. I'm on my tippy toes right now, and it's nice to be able to just kind of hang and do a pull-up rather than have to like tuck your feet in behind you. Oh yeah, that pull-up bar, it's got some knurling on it as well, making it that much better. The Landmark Everest comes with the shrouds for the weight stacks. And why is that nice? Well, obviously it protects your little itty bitty fingers, but they have some nice design choices. Most shrouds on the market are completely opaque. You can't see through them. And what happens is you get some pretty dark areas inside of your all-in-one home gym. Well, this one has a little bit of light that can get through, opening up, giving it a nice open wide feel. And you can use these adapter pins. You can just literally connect these, throw on some extra weight if you just happen to be an absolute monster. Now, the number one thing that none of us consider when it comes to an all-in-one home gym has to be storage. But if you don't think about it, you're gonna have attachments and accessories littered around your home gym, and it's gonna feel cluttered, it's gonna feel messy, and honestly, you're just not gonna wanna work out there. Everest, they solve that problem. Number one, you got massive pegboard in the back, and they throw in the pegboard hooks. Other companies will charge you though for those pegboard hooks as though you were gonna have a pegboard without pegboard hooks. It's crazy. On top of that, they throw in weight storage on the side, making it a really smooth transition to simply pull off the weight on the side, load up the Smith machine or load up your barbell and get to work. And when you're done hitting PRs, yep, you just pull that weight off and store it neatly on the side. Now, I already hinted at this, but Landmark Athletics doesn't nickel and dime you when it comes to accessories. In fact, they kind of go a bit overboard and they throw everything in. You've got your connector here. They throw in 2 of these. Most companies charge you 15 bucks a piece for them. Also an easy bar attachment. You got D handles. You've got the adapter pins, the micro plates for the weight stacks, and a whole heck of a lot more. Like the lat pull down bar, the tricep rope, as well as J-cups and safeties that are pretty heavy duty. Obviously, they've got lining to protect your barbell as well. But the fact that all this stuff is thrown in one package, no upcharges, it's the rarity as far as the home gym world is concerned. The Everest, it's a big boy. It hasn't missed any meals, but that means you get a ton of space to work out in here. You can pull your bench all the way in. You can use the Smith machine. You've got so much range on these pivot arms that you can actually do tons of exercises, again, inside of this rack or just on the cusp of it. Meaning that even though this thing is absolutely massive, you're not gonna be using up a ton of space outside of your rack. And so it's not gonna eat up as much space as you think. Now, my longtime subscribers, they already know I'm pretty brutal when it comes to home gym equipment. Honestly, I upset a lot of people with how honest I am. But the truth is, I want you to know 100% what this thing has, both positive and negative, so that when you purchase this, you go in 100% with your eyes wide open. And I do have a few gripes. One, I already mentioned, I wish these were numbered just because there's so damn many of them. If there was only like 5 options on here, I'd be like, okay, I can count to 5, but there's more than I even want to count. Another problem, you can get any color you want as long as it's black. And when you've got so many different color options on the market these days, people kind of want to set up their own gym in their own color pattern. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, if you saw the statistics, most people are buying black anyway, but the fact that it only comes in one color, something we got to talk about. Now the weight stacks on each side, 200 pounds. And for most people, it's going to be more than enough. On top of that, you do have those adapter pins that allow you to kind of connect those and add additional weight. It does tend to be a bit of a process, but they work. But let's face it, there's always those Malcolm Gladwell outliers that are going to want and wish they had heavier weight stacks. It's just what it is. So in order to be fair and completely balanced, especially where, as you can probably tell, I actually think the Landmark Athletic Everest is a solid product, probably more than solid, especially at the price point and especially at everything they throw in. One thing I want to mention are the squatting situation. For those of you who don't know, I'm 6'1", 190, and I am an absolute unit. So this is the perfect squat position in terms of the J-cups. When you do squat with the Everest, you've got to put the trolley arms all the way up in order to get the J-cups in. That leaves you with less vertical real estate. Now, again, I'm 6'1", no issues, and there's an extra hole that I could go up in, so that's an extra 2 inches. So I gather if you're over 6'3", if you play on the men's volleyball team or maybe the NBA, you're gonna have an issue squatting. But I get a feeling if you're under 6'3", no problems whatsoever. And even if you were like 6'4", you just have to kind of like tuck yourself in before you set up for your squat. Another issue I want to point out, it's not an issue at all, it's just a matter of opinion. They're D handles. These are the standard ones you're going to get with most companies all-in-ones. You get your rope and you get knurling on these D handles. I mean, they're fine. They're on the more basic side. But personally, my preference, I never like any of the rope handles. Some are certainly better than others that have like bearings on the inside. But regardless, I like the metal ones. Now, for those of you like me that like the metal ones, you can pick up a pair of these for like, I don't know, 20 bucks on Amazon, but it's absolutely a preference. I know Carp from Carp's Gym, he hates the metal handles like this. He hates any iteration of this. He always likes the rope version. But for me, I just don't really enjoy utilizing them versus the metal handles. Another thing that they throw in for free is this bad boy. You can also use this as a lap bar, and I have. You can use this for hip thrusts. You can use this for lower back raises. You kind of put these things in the side like so, and it works. It does the job, but by no means is this premium. It's rather cheap as far as the rest of the setup goes. And the last issue, one we always seem to come back to on all of these videos, is the price tag. Now, currently on their website, this thing is sitting on sale, $4,900. I think you can save some more money with my coupon code NOFADE247, but it's still gonna be a pretty good chunk of change. Even though the Everest is gonna take a massive hit out of your wallet, it still comes in thousands under most of the comparable competition. Let's look at Rep Fitness, their Aries 2.0 on their PR 5000. Set up that rack alone and you're gonna look at like 5,500. Then you throw in the Smith machine, you're looking at another grand. So clearly this thing is expensive, but it is comparable compared to the competition. It comes in under those price points. Don't get me started about what Rogue is gonna cost you. And it comes with all of the attachments, which is something we don't think about, but it matters. And here is a clear example, one I haven't even talked about yet. They threw in this socket that you need to assemble this and this little bad guy for free. Most companies wouldn't. They would expect that you either have them or unfortunately, you gotta go out and pony up the money. This is easily like a $30 purchase off of Amazon in order to get this and assemble your home gym. They throw it in there and all these accessories do add up and they do make the purchase that much nicer because it's one click and you don't have to feel like you're gonna be nickeled and dimed because you gotta add all this extra stuff on. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts. And the Everest All-in-One Home Gym, it is a top contender. These pivot arms are fun. They are fantastic. And the amount of angles you can use on this, both top to bottom and left to right, are phenomenal. On top of that, the Smith machine is an absolute standout with how high it can go so that you can walk underneath it and have full use inside your rack, and how low it can go so that you can do the RDLs and the hip thrusts and so many different exercises that we love on the Smith machine. Now, we all wish home gym equipment was downright less expensive, but when it comes to building out a complete home gym with commercial grade equipment, yes, that $4,900 before my coupon code is actually a really good deal. Go ahead, go under Row, go under Rep, build out the exact same thing with all of the attachments. Hit me up in the comments below what the price tag is. If you made it this far in the video, you, my friend, are an absolute legend. Use the affiliate links in the description. Obviously, if you want more home gym content, the best thing that you can do is watch these videos right here. That's right, the YouTube algorithm knows what you want to watch next, and it's these. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.